The day I discovered the secret to speaking English. Before you scroll away, stop for a second. Because what you're about to hear is not just another English learning tip. It's a real story, a story that changed my life forever. And if you let it, it might change yours too. I wasn't born speaking English. In fact, when I first heard someone speaking fast in English, it felt like they were firing bullets. My mind couldn't keep up. My hands would sweat. My heart would beat so hard I could hear it in my ears. I remember standing in my school corridor one day when a classmate came up to me and said something in English. I froze. I stared at him like a deer caught in headlights. Then I mumbled something that didn't make sense and walked away. That was the moment I decided, I want to speak English. I want to be fluent. I want to be confident. The sentence that planted the seed. One afternoon, I stayed back after school to talk to my English teacher. I asked, "Sir, how do I become fluent? How do I stop feeling scared?" He smiled, that kind of patient smile that makes you feel like he knows a secret. Then he said the words that would change everything for me. If you want to speak English, practice every single day, no matter how small. At first, it sounded too simple. Practice? Every day? But somehow, I felt those words sink into my heart. And that was the beginning of my journey. Fluency is like planting a tree. Think about a tree. When you plant the seed, nothing happens at first. You water it. You give it sunlight. Days pass. Weeks pass. You still see nothing. But underground, roots are growing, strong and deep. Then one day, you see a tiny green leaf pushing through the soil. Slowly, it grows taller. One day, it becomes strong enough to give shade. Fluency is the same. You don't see progress in a day or even a week. But every word you learn, every sentence you speak, every song you listen to in English, it's like watering your tree. The girl who wanted to quit. Years later, when I became a teacher myself, a young girl named Sarah came to me. Her eyes were red. "Sir," she said, "I try to speak English, but I forget the words. My mind goes blank." I could see the frustration in her face. I remembered that feeling, the embarrassment, the hopelessness. I told her, "Sarah, fluency is not about remembering every single word. It's about using the words you do know and practicing them until they feel natural. You can forget a word, that's okay. But don't forget to keep going." Then I gave her simple steps. Speak to your friends in English. Sing along to your favorite English songs. Listen to stories in English, even if you don't understand every word. She nodded slowly. "But what if I make mistakes?" I smiled. "Then you'll learn faster. Every mistake is a gift."
Clear over fast. When I was in school, there was a boy named Rafi. He spoke English faster than anyone. I knew, but nobody understood him. His words crashed into each other. One day, I told him, "Rafi, slow down. Speak clearly. Use simple words. Make sure people understand you." He tried it. At first, it felt strange to him. But then he noticed something. When he spoke slower, people listened. They nodded. They replied. That's when I realized, fluency is not about speed. It's about connection, the hidden power of listening. There's a secret that many learners ignore: listening. One of my students, Amina, never spent hours memorizing grammar. She didn't even write down every new word. What she did was listen, every single day. English songs, podcasts, movies, conversations in coffee shops. At first, she was just listening. Then she began humming along to songs. Soon, she was singing them. And then, without even noticing, she was speaking with confidence, the fear of mistakes. Many students are trapped by one fear, the fear of being wrong. I remember a boy named Imran. He was bright, but he never spoke in class. One day I asked him why. He whispered, "Because if I make a mistake, they'll laugh at me." I leaned forward and told him, "Imran, the day you make mistakes is the day you start improving. Every mistake is a bridge to fluency." The next week, he tried. His sentences weren't perfect, but his courage was. That was his real first step toward fluency.
Thinking in English. For years, I made one huge mistake. I translated everything from my language into English before speaking. It slowed me down and made me sound robotic. The day I stopped translating and started thinking in English, everything changed. I told my students, even when you're alone, brushing your teeth, walking to school, cooking dinner, talk to yourself in English. It feels strange at first. Then, it becomes natural. The power of reading. Books became my silent teachers. I started with simple stories. Every time I found a new word, I'd write it down, learn its meaning, and use it in a sentence that day. One student once told me, "Sir, I read but I don't understand everything." I said, "That's fine. Understanding comes with time. Just keep reading." Weeks later, she returned, her eyes bright. "Sir, now I understand much more." Using English in real life. Fluency grows faster when you use English in everyday life. One of my students, Bilal, worked in a small shop. He decided to greet customers in English. At first, it was awkward. Some customers looked confused, but he kept going. After a few weeks, people responded in English. His confidence skyrocketed. Curiosity builds vocabulary. When I hear a new word, I can't ignore it. I find out what it means, then I use it until it sticks. I had a student, Faisal, who did the same. Whenever he heard a new word, he'd ask for its meaning and then use it 5 times that day. His vocabulary exploded. The power of a goal. One of my students, Mariam, had a clear goal. She wanted to study abroad. That goal kept her practicing even on the days she felt tired or discouraged. 3 months before her trip, she realized something. She was speaking without fear, making it fun. Learning doesn't have to be boring. Another student loved movies. He watched one every night, first with subtitles, then without. He didn't think of it as study time. He thought of it as fun time. But his fluency improved every week. The strength of small steps. Some students want to be fluent in 1 month. When they fail, they give up. The smart ones set small goals. Learn 5 new words this week. Speak for 2 minutes without stopping. Small goals feel easy, but over time, they build mountains. Fluency is a recipe. Fluency is like cooking. You need different ingredients: practice, listening, speaking, mistakes, curiosity, reading, and patience. Leave out one ingredient, and the result isn't the same. Celebrating the small wins. I tell my students to celebrate every little success. Learned a new phrase? Celebrate. Had a full conversation without switching to your native language? Celebrate. Small celebrations keep you motivated. Your journey. So here's the truth. Your English journey won't be perfect. You'll forget words. You'll make mistakes. You'll have days where you feel stuck. But if you keep going, you will get there. And one day, you'll realize the seed you planted has grown into a tree strong enough to give shade, not just to you, but to others who are still starting their journey. So I ask you today, why do you want to be fluent in English? Because when your why is strong enough, no obstacle can